Have you ever wondered what really happens to your soul during the hours when you're sleeping? Carl Jung, the famous Swiss psychiatrist, discovered something that could revolutionize your understanding of sleep and spiritual life. While you believe you're simply resting, your soul is experiencing an extraordinary journey that can determine who you become upon awakening. Jung revealed that during sleep, our psyche doesn't just process memories. It navigates hidden dimensions of consciousness, connects with humanity's collective sleeping mind, and receives messages that can predict the future. Even more shocking, he discovered that our soul literally travels to other planes of existence, returning with knowledge that our conscious mind could never access. What you're about to discover will completely change your relationship with sleep. Prepare to understand why Jung considered the 8 hours of sleep the most important and transformative of our lives. The truth about your nocturnal soul is more fascinating and powerful than you ever imagined. The secret journey of the soul during sleep. Every night when you close your eyes, something extraordinary begins to unfold. While your physical body rests motionless on your bed, your soul embarks on an adventure that defies everything you thought you knew about reality. Carl Jung spent decades studying this phenomenon, and what he discovered will shake your understanding of what it truly means to be human. The moment you drift into sleep, your soul detaches from the physical constraints that bind it during waking hours. Think of it like a bird finally being released from its cage after being confined all day. This isn't just poetry or metaphor. Jung documented this process through thousands of dream analyses and personal experiences. Your soul doesn't simply shut down when consciousness fades. Instead, it becomes more active than ever before. During these nocturnal hours, your soul travels to realms that exist beyond our normal perception. These aren't fantasy lands or imaginary places, but actual dimensions of reality that we can only access when our logical mind steps aside. Jung called this the psychic reality, a space where the rules of physics don't apply and where time moves differently than in our waking world. What makes this journey so crucial is that your soul doesn't travel alone. It carries with it all your unresolved emotions, your deepest fears, your hidden desires, and your untapped potential. Every experience from your day, every interaction, every thought that crossed your mind becomes part of this nightly expedition. Your soul sorts through these experiences, processing them in ways your conscious mind never could. The most remarkable aspect of this journey is how your soul communicates during sleep. Without the interference of your rational mind, it speaks in a language far older and more powerful than words, the language of symbols, feelings, and pure energy. This is why your dreams often feel so vivid and meaningful, even when they seem nonsensical to your waking mind. Jung discovered that during sleep, your soul also acts as a bridge between your personal experiences and the greater human experience. It taps into wisdom that has been accumulated by humanity for thousands of years. This explains why sometimes you wake up with solutions to problems you couldn't solve the day before, or why certain dreams feel like they contain ancient knowledge. Your soul's nighttime journey also involves a process of healing that goes far deeper than physical rest. While your body repairs tissues and restores energy, your soul works on repairing emotional wounds, integrating difficult experiences, and preparing you for future challenges. It's like having a wise counselor working on your behalf while you sleep. The destination of this journey varies from night to night, depending on what your soul needs most. Sometimes it travels to memories from your past, helping you understand events that shaped you. Other nights it ventures into possible futures, showing you potential paths and preparing you for what might come. And sometimes it simply explores the vast landscape of human emotion and experience. What's truly fascinating is that your soul remembers every detail of these journeys, even when your conscious mind forgets them upon waking. This is why certain places, people, or situations can trigger feelings of familiarity or unease without any logical explanation. Your soul recognizes something your mind doesn't remember. The quality of your soul's journey directly impacts how you feel and function during your waking hours. When the journey is smooth and complete, you wake up refreshed not just physically, but emotionally and spiritually. When something disrupts this process, whether it's stress, fear, or unresolved conflicts, you might wake up feeling drained despite getting adequate sleep. Understanding this nightly adventure changes everything about how you approach sleep. It's not just about getting rest for your body, it's about allowing your soul the freedom and time it needs to do its essential work. This is why Jung emphasized the importance of creating the right conditions for sleep, not just physical comfort, but emotional and spiritual readiness for the journey ahead. The dream portal, your connection to the collective sleeping mind. When you dream, you're not simply watching random movies created by your brain. According to Jung's groundbreaking research, you're actually accessing a vast network of shared human consciousness that he called the collective sleeping mind. This discovery revolutionized our understanding of dreams and revealed that every night you become part of something much larger than yourself. Imagine for a moment that every human being who has ever lived contributed their experiences, wisdom, and knowledge to a massive library. This library doesn't exist in any physical location, but in a realm of consciousness that we can only reach through dreams. When you sleep, your mind gains access to this incredible repository of human experience. This collective sleeping mind contains patterns, stories, and symbols that appear across all cultures and throughout all of history. Jung called these universal symbols archetypes, and they represent fundamental human experiences like birth, death, love, fear, and transformation. When these symbols appear in your dreams, you're not just processing your personal experiences, you're connecting with the shared experiences of all humanity. What makes this connection so powerful is that it operates below the level of language and culture. While awake, we're separated by different languages, beliefs, and customs. But in the realm of dreams, these barriers dissolve. A person in Brazil can have a dream with the same symbolic meaning as someone in Japan, because they're both accessing the same collective source. This shared dreaming space also explains why certain dreams feel more significant than others. When you have a dream that feels particularly vivid or meaningful, chances are you've tapped into something from the collective sleeping mind. These dreams often contain wisdom or insights that feel beyond your personal knowledge or experience. The collective sleeping mind isn't static. It's constantly growing and evolving as new human experiences are added to it. Every person who has ever lived has contributed to this vast network of consciousness. This means that when you dream, you have potential access to the wisdom of great thinkers, the courage of heroes, and the insights of mystics from throughout history. Jung discovered that this connection becomes stronger during times of crisis or major life transitions. When you're facing a difficult decision or going through a challenging period, your dreams often provide guidance that seems to come from a source of wisdom greater than your personal knowledge. This is your connection to the collective sleeping mind at work. The symbols and messages you receive through this connection are perfectly tailored to your individual needs and understanding. The collective sleeping mind doesn't communicate in abstract concepts, but in images and scenarios that make sense within the context of your own life. It's like having a personal translator who can take universal wisdom and present it in a way that's meaningful to you specifically. This process also works in reverse. Your own experiences and insights become part of the collective sleeping mind, contributing to the shared wisdom that future dreamers can access. Every dream you have, every insight you gain, every problem you solve adds to this vast network of human consciousness. Understanding your connection to the collective sleeping mind transforms how you view your dreams. Instead of dismissing them as random mental activity, you begin to see them as opportunities to receive guidance, gain insights, and connect with the wisdom of all humanity. This shift in perspective can make your dreams become a powerful tool for personal growth and problem solving. The strength of this connection can be influenced by your openness and receptivity. When you approach sleep with curiosity and respect for the dream process, you're more likely to receive clear messages and meaningful experiences. When you dismiss or ignore your dreams, you weaken this vital connection to collective human wisdom. This nightly access to the collective sleeping mind also explains why dreams have been considered sacred and meaningful in cultures throughout history. Ancient civilizations understood something that modern society has largely forgotten: that dreams are not just personal experiences, but connections to something greater than ourselves. Recognizing this connection changes not only how you understand your own dreams, but how you see yourself in relation to all of humanity. You're not an isolated individual struggling alone with life's challenges. Every night, you join a vast community of dreamers, both past and present, sharing in the collective wisdom and experience of our species. By the way, if you're curious to go even deeper and integrate your shadows and light, check out the Sim Method ebook. It's a concise guide that can help you unlock your inner power in just 5 minutes a day. The link is in the first pinned comment below. The 3 layers of nighttime consciousness. When you fall asleep tonight, your mind doesn't simply turn off like a light switch. Instead, it transforms into something far more complex and mysterious than you ever imagined. Jung discovered that our sleeping consciousness operates on 3 distinct layers, each serving a unique purpose in our spiritual and psychological development. Understanding these layers will help you recognize why some nights feel more restful than others, and why certain dreams stay with you for years, while others vanish by morning. The first layer is what Jung called the personal layer. This is the closest to your waking consciousness and deals with the events, emotions, and experiences from your recent life. When you dream about your job, your relationships, or daily activities, you're operating within this layer. But don't mistake this for simple memory replay. Your mind is actually working through unfinished emotional business, sorting through conflicts, and processing experiences that your conscious mind couldn't fully handle during the day. This personal layer acts like a skilled therapist, helping you understand your own reactions and feelings. It takes situations that confused or upset you and presents them in new ways, often through symbolic scenarios that reveal hidden truths about your emotions. Sometimes it shows you alternative outcomes to situations, helping you learn from experiences without having to live through them in reality. The second layer goes much deeper and operates on what Jung termed the cultural layer. Here, your sleeping mind connects with the beliefs, values, and experiences of your community, your ancestors, and your cultural heritage. This layer explains why people from similar backgrounds often share common dream themes, and why certain symbols carry meaning that seems to come from beyond personal experience. In this cultural layer, you might find yourself dreaming about places you've never been, but that feel familiar, or encountering people who seem to represent something important about your heritage or community. These dreams often carry messages about your role within your family or society, helping you understand where you fit in the larger human story. This layer also processes the collective traumas and triumphs of your people. If your ancestors faced particular challenges or celebrated specific victories, echoes of these experiences might appear in your dreams, offering you strength or wisdom that has been passed down through generations. It's as if your sleeping mind has access to a library of cultural memory that your waking mind cannot reach. The third and deepest layer is the universal layer, where your consciousness touches something that belongs to all humanity. This is where you encounter what Jung called archetypal dreams, experiences that connect you to fundamental human experiences that transcend culture, time, and personal history. These dreams often feature powerful symbols like water, fire, mountains, or mysterious figures that seem to carry ancient wisdom. Dreams from this universal layer often feel different from ordinary dreams. They tend to be more vivid, more emotionally intense, and more memorable. You might wake from such dreams feeling like you've been given important information or experienced something sacred. These dreams often occur during significant life transitions or when you're facing major decisions. What makes this three-layer system so remarkable is how they work together throughout the night. You don't experience just one layer per night, but move between all three in a carefully orchestrated dance. Early in your sleep cycle, you might process personal experiences from the day. As the night progresses, you might tap into cultural wisdom, and in the deepest sleep phases, you might touch the universal layer. The movement between these layers isn't random. Your psyche has an intelligence that guides you to exactly what you need most. If you're dealing with a personal conflict, you'll spend more time in the personal layer. If you're questioning your place in the world, the cultural layer becomes more active. And when you're facing life's biggest questions about meaning and purpose, the universal layer opens up to provide guidance. Understanding these layers also explains why some dreams feel more important than others. Personal layer dreams might help you solve everyday problems or work through recent emotions. Cultural layer dreams might help you understand your relationships and social connections. But universal layer dreams often provide insights that can change your entire perspective on life. The quality of your access to these layers depends on various factors, including your emotional state, your openness to inner wisdom, and your willingness to pay attention to your dreams. Stress and anxiety can trap you in the personal layer, preventing you from accessing the deeper wisdom available in the cultural and universal layers. This is why Jung emphasized the importance of dream work, not just remembering your dreams, but learning to recognize which layer they come from and what messages they contain. A dream from the personal layer might help you resolve a conflict with a friend. A cultural layer dream might help you understand your family dynamics. And a universal layer dream might provide insights into life's deepest questions. Each layer offers its own gifts and serves its own purpose in your psychological and spiritual development. By learning to recognize and work with all three layers, you can transform your sleep from simple rest into a powerful tool for growth, healing, and self-understanding. When your soul talks to other souls. Every night while you sleep, something extraordinary happens that most people never realize. Your soul doesn't just rest in isolation. It actively communicates with other souls in ways that would seem impossible to your waking mind. Jung discovered this phenomenon through years of research and personal experience, revealing that our sleeping souls form connections that transcend physical distance and even time itself. This soul-to-soul communication happens in a realm where the usual rules don't apply. Physical distance becomes irrelevant, and the barriers that separate us during waking hours simply dissolve. Your soul can connect with the souls of people you know, people you've never met, and even souls of those who have passed away. These connections aren't limited by geography, language, or even whether the other person is currently sleeping. The most common form of this communication happens between people who share strong emotional bonds. Parents often report dreaming about their children during times of crisis, even when separated by great distances. Partners frequently have similar dreams on the same night, or one person dreams about the other just when they need comfort or support. These aren't coincidences, they're examples of souls reaching out to each other across the invisible networks that connect all consciousness. What makes these connections possible is that during sleep, Your soul operates on a different frequency than your waking mind. While awake, you're focused on the physical world and limited by your senses. But when you sleep, your soul tunes into what Jung called the psychic frequency, where thoughts, emotions, and intentions can travel instantly across any distance. These soul connections often carry specific purposes. Sometimes your soul reaches out to offer comfort to someone who needs it. Other times, it seeks guidance or support from souls with wisdom or strength. Occasionally, souls connect to share important information or warnings. The communication isn't usually in words, but in feelings, images, and pure understanding that transcends language. You might experience this communication as dreams, where you encounter people who give you advice or comfort. Sometimes, the person in your dream acts differently than they do in real life, speaking with wisdom or authority that surprises you. This often happens because you're not just interacting with your memory of that person, but with their actual soul, which may have qualities and knowledge that aren't apparent in everyday interactions. The souls of departed loved ones often communicate through this nighttime network. These encounters feel different from ordinary dreams. They carry a sense of reality and importance that stays with you long after waking. The deceased soul might offer guidance, share love, or simply let you know they're at peace. These communications often happen when you most need comfort or when important decisions need to be made. Jung also discovered that souls can connect with others they've never met in physical life. This might happen when your soul needs a particular type of guidance or healing that can only come from someone with specific experiences or wisdom. You might dream of a stranger who teaches you something important or shows you a different way of looking at a situation. These connections sometimes transcend time as well as space. Your soul might connect with souls from the past, gaining access to wisdom and experiences from previous generations. Occasionally, it might even connect with future possibilities, receiving guidance about potential paths or outcomes. The quality and frequency of these soul connections can be influenced by your emotional state and spiritual openness. People who are naturally empathetic or spiritually sensitive often experience more frequent and vivid soul communications. Times of crisis, major life changes, or deep emotional need also tend to strengthen these connections. Some people worry that this kind of soul communication might be overwhelming or intrusive, but Jung found that these connections are naturally regulated by wisdom and love. Souls don't force unwanted contact, and the communications that do occur are typically helpful and healing rather than disturbing. Learning to recognize these soul communications can enrich your understanding of your dreams and your relationships. When you wake from a dream where someone important appeared with a meaningful message, consider that you might have actually connected with their soul. This recognition can deepen your appreciation for the invisible bonds that connect us all. These nighttime soul connections also explain why some people report knowing things about distant friends or family members that they couldn't have learned through normal means. Your soul might receive information during these communications that your conscious mind later recognizes as intuition or a strong feeling about someone's well-being. Understanding this aspect of sleep transforms how you view your relationships and your place in the human community. You're not an isolated individual, but part of an interconnected network of souls that can offer and receive support, wisdom, and love even across great distances. Every night, you have the opportunity to both give and receive through these sacred connections, participating in a form of communication that is as old as humanity itself. The nighttime symbols that transform your reality. While you sleep, your soul speaks to you through a language far older and more powerful than words. This ancient language uses symbols that carry meaning so deep they can literally reshape how you see yourself and your world. Jung spent his entire career studying these nighttime symbols, discovering that they possess the remarkable ability to heal psychological wounds, unlock hidden potential, and guide you toward your true purpose in life. These symbols aren't random images created by a resting brain. They're precise communications from the deepest parts of your psyche, carefully chosen to deliver exactly the message you need at exactly the right time. Each symbol carries layers of meaning that your conscious mind might take years to fully understand, yet your soul grasps their significance instantly. Water is one of the most frequent and powerful symbols that appears in dreams. When your soul shows you water, it's communicating something about your emotional state, your need for cleansing, or your spiritual thirst. Calm water might indicate peace and emotional balance, while turbulent water could signal inner turmoil that needs attention. The specific way water appears in your dreams provides precise information about what your soul needs for healing and growth. Animals in dreams carry messages about your instinctual nature and hidden strengths. A lion might represent courage that you didn't know you possessed, while a snake could symbolize transformation and renewal. Birds often represent freedom or spiritual aspirations, while domestic animals might reflect relationships and loyalty. Your soul chooses these animal messengers based on qualities you need to develop or recognize within yourself. Houses and buildings in dreams represent different aspects of your psyche. The condition of the house reflects your current psychological state, while different rooms symbolize different parts of your personality or life experiences. A basement might represent unconscious memories or hidden fears, while an attic could symbolize higher wisdom or spiritual insights. When your soul shows you a house, it's giving you a complete map of your inner landscape. The people who appear in your dreams often represent different aspects of yourself, rather than the actual individuals. An angry person might symbolize your own suppressed anger, while a wise figure could represent your inner wisdom trying to communicate with you. Sometimes these dream figures carry messages from parts of yourself that you've neglected or forgotten, helping you integrate all aspects of your personality. Numbers that appear in dreams carry special significance and often relate to timing or spiritual meanings. The number 3 might represent creativity and growth, while 7 could symbolize spiritual completion. 4 often represents stability and foundation, while 8 might indicate material success or karmic balance. Your soul uses numbers to provide specific guidance about timing and spiritual development. Colors in dreams vibrate with emotional and spiritual meanings that bypass your rational mind and speak directly to your soul. Red might indicate passion, anger, or life force energy. Blue could represent peace, truth, or spiritual wisdom. Green often symbolizes growth, healing, or new beginnings. The specific shades and combinations of colors provide nuanced messages about your emotional and spiritual state. What makes these symbols so transformative is their ability to communicate truths that your conscious mind might resist or misunderstand. Your rational mind might tell you that you're weak, but your soul might send you dreams of powerful animals to remind you of your inner strength. You might consciously believe you're stuck in life, but dreams of flying or climbing mountains reveal your soul's knowledge of your unlimited potential. These symbolic messages also have the power to heal psychological wounds that words alone cannot reach. A person struggling with feelings of abandonment might dream of being welcomed into a warm, loving home. Someone dealing with guilt might dream of scenes of forgiveness and redemption. The symbols work on levels deeper than conscious thought, creating healing changes in your emotional and spiritual foundation. The timing of when certain symbols appear is never accidental. Your soul has perfect timing and knows exactly when you're ready to receive and integrate specific messages. A symbol that would have frightened or confused you at one stage of life might appear later when you have the emotional maturity to understand and benefit from its meaning. Learning to recognize and work with these nighttime symbols can accelerate your personal growth and spiritual development. Instead of dismissing dreams as meaningless mental activity, you begin to see them as personalized guidance from the wisest part of yourself. This shift in perspective transforms your relationship with sleep and dreams, making them active partners in your journey toward wholeness and self-understanding. The symbols that appear most frequently in your dreams often point to the most important areas for your growth and development. Paying attention to recurring symbols can reveal persistent messages that your soul is trying to communicate. These recurring themes often highlight aspects of your life or personality that need attention, healing, or development. The spiritual healing that happens while you sleep. Every night, while your body rests, your soul engages in a profound healing process that goes far beyond physical recovery. Jung discovered that sleep provides access to healing energies and restoration mechanisms that operate on spiritual and psychological levels, working to repair damage that accumulates not just from daily stress, but from years or even lifetimes of emotional wounds and spiritual disconnection. This nighttime healing begins the moment you enter deep sleep. While your conscious mind steps aside, your soul connects with what Jung called the healing archetypal energies, ancient patterns of wholeness and restoration that exist within the collective human psyche. These energies work like spiritual medicine, targeting exactly the areas where you need healing most. The healing process often starts by addressing emotional wounds that you might not even realize you're carrying. Childhood hurts, relationship betrayals, losses, and disappointments create energy blockages in your spiritual system. During sleep, your soul works to dissolve these blockages, allowing life energy to flow freely again. This is why you sometimes wake up feeling lighter or more at peace, even when nothing in your external circumstances has changed. Your soul also works to heal patterns of negative thinking and self-limiting beliefs during sleep. These mental patterns act like spiritual infections, weakening your confidence and blocking your potential. While you sleep, healing energies work to dissolve these destructive thought patterns and replace them with healthier perspectives. You might go to sleep feeling hopeless about a situation and wake up with renewed optimism and clarity. The healing process extends to your relationships as well. During sleep, your soul works to heal the emotional wounds created by conflict, misunderstanding, and separation from others. It helps you release resentment, develop forgiveness, and restore your natural capacity for love and connection. This is why sometimes after a good night's sleep, you feel more ready to reconcile with someone or approach a difficult relationship situation with greater wisdom. Physical ailments often have spiritual and emotional components that conventional medicine cannot address. During sleep, your soul works to heal these deeper causes of illness and discomfort. Stress-related conditions, chronic pain, and mysterious illnesses often improve dramatically when the underlying spiritual causes are addressed through this nighttime healing process. The healing energies that work during sleep also help to integrate traumatic experiences that your conscious mind cannot process. Trauma creates fractures in your spiritual wholeness, leaving parts of your soul disconnected and wounded. The healing process works to gently retrieve these lost parts and reintegrate them, restoring your natural wholeness and resilience. Your soul's healing work also involves connecting you with your authentic self, the person you truly are beneath layers of conditioning, expectations, and false beliefs about yourself. Many people go through life feeling disconnected from their true nature, leading to depression, anxiety, and a sense of meaninglessness. During sleep, healing energies work to dissolve the barriers between you and your authentic self, helping you remember who you really are. This spiritual healing is enhanced by your soul's connection to divine or universal healing energies. Jung believed that during sleep, we gain access to healing forces that exist beyond individual consciousness, universal energies of love, compassion, and restoration that flow through all of creation. Your soul acts as a channel for these healing energies, directing them to wherever they're needed most. The quality and effectiveness of this nighttime healing can be influenced by your attitudes and beliefs about sleep and healing. When you approach sleep with gratitude and openness to healing, you create optimal conditions for this restoration process. When you go to bed angry, fearful, or resistant to change, you might block or limit the healing energies that want to help you. Certain life transitions and challenges actually accelerate the nighttime healing process. During times of loss, major life changes, or spiritual awakening, your soul works overtime to help you process and integrate these experiences. This is why you might need more sleep during difficult periods, and why the quality of your dreams often intensifies during times of change. The healing that occurs during sleep isn't just individual, it also contributes to the healing of your family line and community. As you heal spiritual and emotional wounds, you break negative patterns that might have been passed down through generations. Your healing becomes a gift not just to yourself, but to your ancestors and descendants. Understanding this healing aspect of sleep transforms how you approach bedtime and rest. Instead of seeing sleep as simply recovery time for your body, you begin to recognize it as sacred healing time for your soul. This shift in perspective can enhance the healing process and help you wake up feeling not just rested, but spiritually renewed and emotionally restored. Regular spiritual healing during sleep also builds your overall resilience and capacity for joy. As old wounds heal and energy blockages dissolve, you naturally become more vibrant, creative, and alive. This healing creates a positive spiral where each night's restoration makes you more open to receiving even deeper healing the next night. Why some dreams seem to predict the future. Have you ever woken up from a dream so vivid and specific that when it actually happened in real life, you felt a chill run down your spine? Jung discovered that certain dreams don't just process the past or present, but actually tap into future possibilities in ways that challenge our understanding of time itself. These prophetic dreams aren't supernatural phenomena, but natural expressions of your soul's ability to perceive patterns and potentials that your conscious mind cannot detect. Your soul operates outside the linear time constraints that govern your waking life. While your conscious mind experiences time as a straight line moving from past to present to future, your sleeping soul can access what Jung called the eternal now, a timeless space where past, present, and future exist simultaneously. From this expanded perspective, your soul can perceive the seeds of future events that are already beginning to sprout in the present moment. These future glimpsing dreams often work by showing you the natural consequences of current patterns and choices. Your soul can see how present situations are likely to unfold based on the energy and momentum they carry. If someone in your life is heading toward a major decision or life change, your soul might pick up on the subtle signs and present you with a dream that shows the likely outcome. The mechanism behind prophetic dreams involves your soul's connection to what Jung termed the field of collective possibility. This field contains all potential futures that could emerge from current circumstances. During sleep, your consciousness can tune into this field and receive glimpses of the most probable outcomes. It's similar to how a weather forecaster can predict storms by reading atmospheric patterns, except your soul reads the patterns of human behavior and energy. Sometimes these dreams reveal future events because your soul is actually helping to create them. When you dream about achieving a goal or resolving a problem in a specific way, your soul is actually programming your subconscious mind to make choices that will lead to that outcome. The dream becomes a blueprint that guides your future actions, making the predicted event more likely to occur. Prophetic dreams often appear during times of major life transitions or important decisions. When you're at a crossroads, your soul naturally looks ahead to see the potential consequences of different choices. These dreams might show you glimpses of various possible futures, helping you make decisions that align with your highest good. The dreams don't dictate your future, but they provide valuable information about where different paths might lead. The accuracy of prophetic dreams depends partly on how fixed or changeable the future situation is. Events that involve many people and established patterns are more likely to unfold as dreamed, while situations that depend on individual free will choices are more variable. Dreams about natural events or large-scale social changes tend to be more reliable than dreams about personal relationships or individual decisions. Your emotional connection to the people or situations involved also influences the likelihood of receiving prophetic dreams. Parents often dream about their children's future experiences, and people in close relationships frequently receive dreams about each other's upcoming challenges or opportunities. The stronger your emotional bond with someone, the more likely your soul is to pick up information about their future. Some prophetic dreams work by showing you symbolic representations of future events rather than literal scenes. Your soul might present future challenges as dreams about storms or obstacles, while future opportunities might appear as dreams about doors opening or paths appearing. Learning to interpret these symbolic messages can help you recognize prophetic content even when the dreams don't show literal future events. The timing of prophetic dreams is rarely precise. Your soul might show you an event that will happen next week, next month, or even years in the future. The dream usually focuses on the emotional or spiritual significance of the event, rather than its exact timing. This is why it's important to pay attention to the feelings and meanings in prophetic dreams, rather than trying to predict exact dates. Not everyone experiences prophetic dreams with the same frequency or clarity. People who are naturally intuitive, emotionally sensitive, or spiritually open tend to receive more frequent glimpses of future possibilities. However, everyone has the potential for prophetic dreaming, especially during significant life transitions or when facing important decisions. Prophetic dreams also serve a protective function. Your soul might show you potential dangers or challenges so you can prepare for them or make choices to avoid them entirely. These warning dreams aren't meant to frighten you, but to empower you with information that can help you navigate future difficulties more skillfully. The scientific explanation for prophetic dreams involves your brain's remarkable pattern recognition abilities. Even while sleeping, your mind continues processing vast amounts of information about people's behavior patterns, social trends, and environmental changes. This information processing can lead to accurate predictions about future events, which then appear in your dreams as seemingly supernatural revelations. Understanding prophetic dreams changes how you relate to your future. Instead of feeling like a victim of circumstances beyond your control, you begin to see yourself as an active participant in creating your destiny. The dreams provide guidance and information, but you retain the power to make choices that shape how events unfold. It's important to approach prophetic dreams with both openness and discernment. While some dreams genuinely provide glimpses of future possibilities, others might simply reflect your hopes, fears, or expectations about what might happen. Learning to distinguish between true prophetic content and wishful thinking or anxiety requires practice and honest self-reflection.